Hello, my friend. I'm glad you're here again, taking this quiet moment for yourself. Before we start, take a slow breath in. Let it fill you completely. Then let it out, slow, gentle, like exhaling a long story you no longer need to tell. Now, let's walk together into today's question. Why do we search for meaning in the moments that pass too quickly to hold? It's a question that slips into the spaces between our days. We might not say it aloud, but we feel it. Every time we watch something beautiful fade before we're ready. A sunset we can't stretch, laughter that dissolves. The last few seconds of a song that once felt like forever. There's a quiet ache that comes from realizing that the most vivid things in life are also the most fragile. We chase meaning as if it could preserve the moment, but maybe the search itself is what makes the moment sacred. Think of the first time you saw something that made you pause, not because you planned to, but because it stole your breath. Maybe it was light falling through old glass, or someone's face when they weren't aware you were looking. The moment arrives, burns bright, then disappears. And still, long after it's gone, your mind goes back to it, turning it over, asking, why did that matter so much? What was it trying to say? Our hearts are built to notice impermanence. It's what gives meaning its pulse. Children seem to live this truth naturally. They can find wonder in the smallest things, a bubble, a shadow, a crack in the pavement. They don't try to hold it, they just are with it, wide-eyed and unguarded. But somewhere along the way, we start to fear how quickly things vanish. We begin to believe that if something ends, it wasn't enough, that if we can't keep it, we've failed to honor it. So we collect photos, memories, tokens, anything to prove it was real. And yet, even surrounded by these traces, a quiet hunger remains, because what we truly miss isn't the object or the proof, but the feeling that lived inside that fleeting instant. We search for meaning because we sense that there's something underneath the passing, a thread that ties the temporary to the eternal. When a moment stirs us deeply, it's like a doorway opening into something larger, something wordless. Maybe meaning isn't hidden in the moment itself. Maybe it's in what awakens within us when it happens. Think of a time you knew, even while it was happening, that the moment wouldn't last. Maybe standing at a train station saying goodbye, or sitting in a kitchen late at night, the conversation soft and unguarded, knowing this stillness would soon dissolve into ordinary time again. You feel both gratitude and grief at once. Gratitude for being there, grief because you can already feel it slipping through your hands. That strange mix of sweetness and sorrow is meaning taking shape. Meaning doesn't ask to be captured, it asks to be noticed. When we try to pin down a moment, to photograph it, analyze it, define it, we often lose what made it glow. The mind wants to understand, the heart just wants to feel, but both are searching for the same thing: connection. To know that the brief spark mattered, that it belonged to something larger than chance. Perhaps we look for meaning because deep down we recognize how fragile everything is, and we don't want our lives to be a series of fragments. We want the story beneath the moments, the pattern that makes sense of them. But the truth is, the pattern often only appears when we stop forcing it. It unfolds slowly, like constellations forming from scattered stars. I once heard someone describe life as a string of almosts, almost understanding, almost saying what we mean, almost staying in the moment before it drifts away. But maybe that's all it's meant to be. Not a collection of perfect wholes, but glimpses that teach us how to see. We search for meaning because we are meaning-making creatures. It's in our wiring. We can't look at a sky full of stars without trying to trace shapes. We can't feel love without wanting to know what it's for. The mind asks, "What does this mean?" But the heart whispers, "Just this, just now." There's a kind of beauty in that tension, the mind reaching, the heart resting. Think of a sunset again, how no one ever tries to stop it from ending. We just watch quietly as the colors shift and fade. We don't demand an explanation. We don't ask the sky to justify its beauty. We just know, somehow, that it was enough. That's what meaning feels like when we stop chasing it. It's not an answer, but an understanding that moves through us like breath. Sometimes we find meaning long after the moment has passed, like discovering an old photograph and realizing what you didn't see then, how much love there was in the room, how much you were growing even when you felt lost. The meaning was always there, waiting for you to catch up. And sometimes there is no clear meaning at all, only the quiet knowledge that you lived it, and that's enough. We often think meaning must be large, purpose, destiny, grand lessons, but the deepest meanings are usually small. They happen in glances, in kindness, in the quiet ways we choose to stay. A hand resting on your shoulder when you didn't expect it. The sound of rain that makes you pause and breathe. The way someone says your name softly. These are tiny moments, gone before you can hold them, yet they build the invisible architecture of who we are. If you've ever watched someone you love age or leave, or simply move on, you know this truth. The moments that pass too quickly are the ones that shape us most. They're the ones that teach us what matters. Not because they lasted, but because they didn't. We search for meaning because we want to honor what was fleeting. We want to say, "This mattered. I mattered in it." It's a way of telling time that even though everything ends, the love we felt didn't disappear. It changed form. It became part of us. That's why the search never really ends. It's not about finding a single answer. It's about staying awake to the miracle that things can move us at all. Maybe meaning isn't discovered. Maybe it's lived. Maybe it's the act of paying attention to the passing again and again until even the smallest moment feels infinite for a breath. Because every time we stop long enough to notice, to watch the light shift, to listen fully to a voice, to let gratitude wash through us before the world moves on, we touch something timeless. We can't hold the moment, but we can let it hold us. And in that exchange, the need to understand fades, and something softer takes its place, peace. So when you find yourself searching for meaning in the moments that vanish too fast, maybe the meaning is simply that you noticed, that you cared enough to feel it, that it moved you. That's all it takes to turn a passing second into something eternal. Take a slow breath now. Let it in, let it go. The moment is already passing, and that's all right. That's what makes it beautiful. Thank you for being here, for giving yourself this moment to reflect. Stay gentle, stay curious, and stay kind. And if this question spoke to you, Continue your journey with us on Yarven's Questions. More stories, more reflections, and more quiet truths are waiting for you. Take care, my friend. Until next time.